Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm Lila, the craft dealer, and I am a visual mixed media artist, and this is my art channel. Today's video is going to be week 2 and 3 of the infamous book, The Artist's Way. So, as you all know, or if you don't know, I started reading The Artist's Way after seeing it go semi-viral or viral on TikTok. A lot of artists were saying that it was life-changing and how it changed how they created art and stopped them having artist block and a bunch of raving reviews. So, you know, I had to find out what this book was really talking about. If you haven't already, definitely make sure you check out week 1. I'll link it right here so you can see what my first initial review of week 1 was, since this is week 2 and 3. Well, without further ado, let's get into my review of week 2 and 3. Well, for this video, I'm decided to do a little bit of a different approach. I'm not going to share as much of my morning pages in my journal. I'm more going to give my feelings about these weeks and maybe probably a few questions from the book. I have the book right here, so if I'm looking down, I'm just looking in the book because I have my little tabs of the book. But okay, so at the beginning of the weeks, they show a little, let me show you, they have like a little page, and in the page it tells you what the chapter is going to talk about, what that week is going to discuss. So 2 is about recovering sense of identity. And I feel like week 2, like, I listen to the audiobook and I also read along with the audiobook, so I have like a double understanding, make sure that I'm understanding what the book is talking about and that I'm, I guess you say, present in reading. Well, let me just say, week 2 wasn't that interesting. I felt the same way that I felt about week 1. Definitely week 2, it did not get better for me. I'm still bored. Bruh. I feel like there's a lot of background to, I guess, explain the point to certain people, but I feel like I really didn't resonate in week 2 or 3, and I'm just like, hopefully it gets better the next week. So I'm going into week 4, so I'm just like, fingers crossed that it's getting better. But right now, I just completely stopped doing the morning pages. If they have like tasks in the weeks, it'll tell you like questions to ask yourself to like journal about. So I just do those when I get to those points of the book. But I just completely abandoned the whole morning pages thing, because morning pages, they're not really for me. I guess that's more for people who don't talk to themselves or talk to other people around them, but I definitely do that, especially like I do talk to my mom a lot, especially about the book. Like, I was telling her how I don't even know how I'm gonna complete the book, and I really want to complete the book and like come out to the other side and see like what everybody's talking about, but like so far I do not see what everybody's talking about. Maybe this type of book isn't for me, so I'm like, let me just complete it and then see what else the other weeks are discussing, because maybe the beginning of the book, just I'm past there, or maybe I'm just not there in my journey. So I'm just like But one thing I do really notice is that it discussed the negative side of people who are creative or who are like artists, because like they talk about being artists but being a shadow artist, so that's why I put the quotations. But besides that, I don't feel like it's for someone who's always felt like they're like an artist and they've always painted or whatever. It's always like a discussion of running away from art or running away from that career, and I feel like that doesn't resonate with me, especially this point in my journey. Like, even when I was doing what I went to trade school for, I didn't feel like I wasn't creating art. I still created art. I did YouTube, I did content creation, I did social media, so I was doing it in a different medium, but I still use my creative passion and I did something creative. It wasn't just, oh, I'm just working a regular job and whatever. But this book, it talks about people who they might have self-hate about that situation. Like, they see somebody who's painting and they're like, oh, I can do that and blah blah, and I don't feel that. So that's why I feel like I don't resonate with it. I would have loved to see if the book discussed multiple types of artists besides just that one type of artist. Then I feel like it would resonate with a bigger playing ground of people. But for right, like, as far as I am in the book, I feel like it just feels like it doesn't resonate with who I am as an artist or who I am as a person. So that's not the best right now. But you know, I'm gonna hang in there. I'm gonna stick with it and continue to complete all the way up to week 12, which is like 2 months from now, which feels like forever. But so far I feel like I don't really get art block, but I don't force myself to. I feel like this video all over the place. But like, one of the main things that I hear people discuss about this book is that it helps them with art block, and I don't think I experience art block, maybe because I do so many different forms of art that it doesn't really happen like that. And I really don't force myself to, like, okay, you need to paint every single day. Like, I don't agree with that. I feel like you should paint when you feel the motion to paint. That's the whole thing. Like, as an artist, for us, painting, taking pictures, drawing, creating films, like, it's an emotional stretch of us. So I feel like forcing yourself to do it when you're not in the motions of doing it, just in the sense of completion, I feel like that's stupid. So maybe that's why I don't understand the whole artist block thing. But I feel like everybody goes through ebbs and flow. Like, some people, if they're not in a good emotional state, mental state, then they can't create, they can't paint, they can't draw, they can't create anything. They can just exist because they're constantly in a survival mode, which is understandable. It's normal. We're humans. We go into survival mode to survive. So I don't feel like you should, in those times, I don't feel like you should force yourself to be creative. Like, yeah, it would be nice if maybe you do something small, like a change of pace, something that's maybe you, just like how I'm a full-time artist, so basically me creating is how I make money. So if I don't make anything, then I don't have anything to sell, I don't have anything to present to people to buy. So I decided to change the narrative of that. Instead of I'm creating products to sell to people, I'm creating for myself. And if it happens to be a product, it happens to be something that people really like and they want to buy, then so be it. But I don't go in like, okay, this would be a great product to sell, let me just make this, let me kick this out so people can just buy it. Like, I don't have that mindset. Like, I did have that mindset, but for me it wasn't working. I felt like I was making more things that people wanted and not enough of stuff that I wanted, so I changed that. Basically, like, in week 2, it talks about people that you have in your life that may criticize you, or maybe you can't share things that are happening in your life because it might be negative or Debbie Downers about the situation. And I feel like you shouldn't have those people in your life. Like, for me, if I get even a little bit, like, I'll bring it to your attention, and if you just want to continue on that road of being unsupportive, then I'm no longer going to be your friend. I'm no longer going to talk to you, because what is the point of me holding a vital piece of me away from you if we're supposed to be friends? For a friendship, for what reason? Like, that's why I don't feel like certain things in this book resonates with me, and that's why I feel like it's not really appealing to me right now, because a lot of things is like I don't deal with that. I have a zero tolerance policy for a lot of things that it's discussing. Like, you should not be friends with someone that you cannot share things that are happening to you, whether it's good or bad. You should be able to talk to that person that's supposedly your friend. If that's your friend, regardless if you just met this person a couple months ago, you should be able to share good things or bad things that's happening to you. I'm not saying that you need to trauma dump on somebody, but you should be able to share how you feel about things with that person. And then another thing that I wanted to touch on was the criticism portion. It discussed that when you put your art out, well, basically, if you put anything out, there is going to be criticism, whether it's somebody who's a hater or somebody who that's their job to criticize whatever you are doing. So if it's like a person that writes about art or goes, they review art shows or they review movies or plays or whatever, that's their job they're going to use how they feel or their view and write a review on it. That's their job. So I do like that, discuss like not to take those things personally, but allow yourself to feel those emotions and to be upset about it if you're upset, or to be happy, whatever emotions that you feel in that moment, you just allow yourself to feel it. And I agree with that. You should feel whatever you feel at that moment. If you decide to tell them, you could do that, or you could just write a letter and throw it in the garbage, or rip it up, or not send that email, and just get your emotions out. I agree with that. But yeah, like, criticism comes with the territory. I've been criticized before when I used to write short stories. There were people that didn't like my short stories, but who cares? I like the story. It was how I felt in that moment, and that's how I decided to write the characters, and that's how I decided to put it out. Well, the main theme of week 3 is recovering a sense of power. So my understanding, it talks a lot about things that you liked as a child, things that you like to do. Like, it touches on a lot of things, and also like people in your life. Like, it goes back to that of who are people that nurture you in your life. Should be everybody in your life. They don't have to treat you like an infant, but people that are in your life should be people that love you or care about you, not to cause harm to you or do anything bad towards you, especially on purpose, because accidents happen. It does feel like it's pointed towards somebody who isn't happy with themselves or the life that they're living, and I feel like that's just not me. So that's why I really don't feel like it resonates with me once again. But I'm going to continue to read the book. I started week 4 today, a little bit this morning, and then I'll just keep reading every day. And then I might combine week 4 and week 5 depending on how I feel about it. Like, if I feel like if it connects a lot, then I'll just put them together, because I feel like it would be stupid to do one video and then the video is like 2 minutes. Just a summary of it all. I feel like I'm still bored. I hope that I do feel different going into week 4 and week 5, and I continue to make it all the way to week 12. We're slowly but surely getting there. It's taking forever, but you know, we'll get there, and hopefully on the other side I will feel completely different. But right now I feel basically the same. So, well, if you have read The Artist's Way, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about reading the book. How did it make you feel? If you just started the book, if you're thinking about getting the book, comment down below so we start the conversation down below. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys later.